everybody, and welcome to the On Wine Fair, the first Italian wines virtual exhibition. On Wine Fair is an international digital event where Italian winemakers share the unique features of their wines with importers, distributors, and retailers in 122 countries in the world. The guest of today is Pier Vittorio Leopardi of CONTE Leopardi, located in Marche, in the north and the center of Italy. In the next 15 minutes, you will learn much about the winery and its incredible wines. During the webinar, you can write your questions in the live chat, and you can download some documents that Pier Vittorio wanted to share with you. And I remind you that if you'd like to know more about the winery proposal and talk directly to Pier Vittorio, you can book a one-to-one video call just by using the link that you find in the webinar instruction and on the On Wine Fair official page. You can choose the date and the hour you prefer. So now it's time to start, and welcome Pier Vittorio Leopardi. Enjoy your webinar.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Pier Vittorio Leopardi. CONTE Leopardi is a traditional Italian winery located in Le Marche. Le Marche is in central Italy, not far from Tuscany and Umbria on the east side of Italy. We are very close to the sea, the Adriatic Sea. That means that our winery breathes the typical atmosphere of the ocean, of the Adriatic Sea, and gives to our wines the typical minerality that usually wine gives in this special area. We grow Montepulciano grapes that we use to make our DOCG Conero Riserva and Rosso Conero DOC, a typical wine of this area. Indigenous grape Montepulciano has the same traditional taste of wild cherry, red fruit, and gives full body red wines. The winery grow 45 hectares. We are in a very nice area of the Conero, Monte Conero. Monte Conero is massive on the sea, a massive of limestone, a wonderful area, touristic area, very important in summertime for tourism. The winery produce also white wines like Verdicchio dei Castelli di Jesi and Sauvignon Blanc. And in the last 5 years, we introduced also Pecorino and Passerina that are also indigenous grape of Le Marche. I planted in the last few years very wonderful vineyards also in the Verdicchio area, and a special DOC red wine named Lacrima. Lacrima di Morro d'Alba is a very rare red wine with a very nice fruity taste of that the hint of this wine remember the roses and violets. The winery at the moment produce about 500,000 bottles every year in especially red wine. The 70% of the wine that we produce is Rosso Conero DOC. We have a huge cellar with a capacity of about 7,000 hectoliters. We used to age our wine in French oak barrels because the red wine that we make needs to be aged for about 12, 15 months in barrique. That means that the wine in the end of the aging period has a very elegance and you cannot feel the oak taste, but you feel more elegance and full body. The area is has a very low production. We produce about 5 tons of grapes per hectare. That means that the quality is very, very good, and it's very hard to produce in this area because we are in organic farming. We don't use pesticide from 5 years. From the last 5 years, we grow our vineyards with organic farming system. The Montepulciano grapes is familiar with the Montepulciano of Abruzzi, but of course in our area the wine is usually more elegant with more acidity, and the wine is usually similar but not the same of Montepulciano from Abruzzi. The other red wine that we produce, Lacrima, we produce very small quantity, about 50,000 bottles every year. Is instead very, very interesting because it's a red wine that in the last 10 years is very, very popular in the area. The grapes here you can see the harvest time. We harvest by machine because we select our grapes in the vineyard before harvesting, and the quality of the grape during the harvest is very, very excellent. And look at the grape in here. Looks like caviar. I usually when you have a harvest like this, you are in a very good way to produce an excellent wine. The wines that we produce are usually well known as elegant and very full body red wines. Here we have the Pigmento. The Pigmento is a late harvest. Is the most important wine of our portfolio. It's a wine that is aged for 2 years in barrique and 3 years in bottle before selling. Then we have Casirano. Casirano is a very nice red wine, full body, 100% Montepulciano, with a very good complexity and taste of wild cherry, raspberry, and also plum jam. These two red wine, Pigmento and Casirano, are usually very appreciated in our export market. We export usually in United States, in Canada, in the north of Europe, and also in Far East, in Japan, in China. Then we have Villa Marina, that is Rosso Conor DOC, is 100% Montepulciano. Is the most traditional of our red wine. The style of aging and the taste of this wine is the typical Rosso Conero, with the typical taste of the Montepulciano that we used to produce from hundreds of years. Then we have Fructus. Fructus is the youngest Rosso Conero that we produce. We don't use to age this wine in French oak barrel, but we want to to give in this wine all the potential of the fruity taste of the Montepulciano. So this wine is fantastic with every kind of meat, of course, but also with cheese, and it's a wine that also the young generation that are not very familiar with red wine, usually they appreciate this wine because they feel the fruitness is very, very rich. Then we have Talismano. Talismano is a new entry in our wine list. We produced this wine from the vintage 2019, and in this wine we use no sulfites. So this is a wine very, very healthy, with a very low sugar residuation. That means that this wine is perfect if you have problem with sugar, with diabetes, and of course you feel bad if you drink a wine with sulfites. Then we have this is the Lacrima di Morro d'Alba. It's a very small DOC in our region. The area is very, very small, near Iesi. In Morro d'Alba is a very old town, and at all we are 10 producers. So this is a very rare wine. Then we produce rosé with Montepulciano grapes, with fermentation with no skins. It's a very fruity, a very elegant rosé wine, and became very popular in the last few years. Calcare is our best white wine, the top of our white wines. Calcare is a Sauvignon Blanc. We grow the vineyard in an area of our Coppo vineyard where the soil is completely white about the concentration of calcium. Of course, the calcare means calcium. Bianco del Coppo is another Sauvignon Blanc with different clones, where the wine is more modern. The style of course, you can feel citrus, but also peach and tropical fruits. Castelverde is a Verdicchio dei Castelli di Iesi classico. All this wine came from a single vineyard. This is very important. We selected the best grape from every vineyard that we grow, and Castelverde comes from a vineyard of the Verdicchio DOC, very old, it's 30 years old, and gives a wine very, very interesting, very, very modern, but very elegant. Verdicchio Oltremare is a very different style of Verdicchio, more international. You can feel also some very, very nice spicy and fruity taste of Verdicchio grapes. Bassa Marea is a Passerina. Passerina is an old vines that we have in Le Marche, and in the last few years became very popular, as well as Pecorino. Risacca is another white wine that is very popular in this time. Then we produce also sparkling wine. We have a Brut, a dry spumante, a Conte Leopardi, and a Conte Leopardi Dolce. We call Dolce, but it's a spumante made with aromatic grapes, and so it's dry, but with a very rich fruitness. So Conte Leopardi has, of course, a website, conteleopardi.com, where you can find more information. We have also an e-commerce, and of course, you can order some cases of wine, and we can, of course, ship everywhere. We can deliver it all around the world. We are very interesting to export our wine all around the world, because we have in the United States some very good clients from many years, and in North Europe, as well as Far East, like in China and Japan.
Perfect. Thank you Per Vittorio, and thank you all for watching. I remember you that you can book your one-to-one video call with Per Vittorio, and I hope to see you on the next webinars on Wine Fair. Thank you again, Per Vittorio. Thank you all. Viva il vino italiano always.
And hope to see you soon in Le Marche. That is a wonderful place. Send me a message. I will send you all the details about the area. And if you want to make a reservation to visit Le Marche, please let me know. I can organize a trip in Le Marche. It's a pleasure for me to do this for every wine lovers all around the world.
Okay, thank you again, and see you soon. Bye. Viva il vino italiano.
Bye.
Vazon Group, the bridge between research and enology. We develop integrated, synergistic solutions to create new technologies, while always focusing on total wine quality improvement. Beginning with the concept of mild technology, our process philosophy for only creating subtle changes without altering the wine's original and natural characteristics. Throughout the years, we constantly expand and grow our portfolio of enological equipment and products, forever paying special attention to environmental sustainability and wine quality. In conjunction with the use of continually enhanced enological coadjuvants, we rely upon the creation and application of physical separation technique equipment, which we developed under the brand and company Douglas. 1988 Flotation. 1997 Tartaric stabilization by membrane. 2017 Bipolar membranes. A recent upgrade to the electrodialysis unit is the addition of brand new bipolar membranes for acidification and deacidification of musts and wines. Cationic or anionic membranes that enable the precise removal of ions in wine, directly impacting pH and preserving the wine's original organoleptic characteristics. Assisting winemakers around the world to create expressive wines with minimal but essential intervention, we indefinitely pursue the concept of precision enology.